Bring out some more detail here on the back. You can really see. Starts bringing up all these details that you can't really see until you add a pin wash. This really changed modeling for me big time. Once I saw this, I was like, oh wow. You know, so long as you're kind of, you know, as clean as you can be with your paint, get a good clear coat on, you know, it'll work pretty good for you. It's like the biggest cheat code ever. You know, and then you combine, you know, maybe some dry brushing later, or, you know, some other effects, but it just really brings out the detail that, you know, you just didn't really see before you get a wash on it. I think I went a little bit along that inside line too. And then we'll just let it dry and we'll clean it up, keep cleaning as we go. No hurry. Sort of let that capillary action do its job. Okay, let's get a couple in here. Some up in there. A little bit on there. Okay, and we got our other one to glue on. And we can glue on our mirrors at the same time. Okay, so it looks like I could just hit a couple of these. Just maybe really bring them out. Go around and do each one, I suppose. I guess if I do this and then I let it set, and then instead of using thinners, maybe I just buff it, and, you know, maybe very, very little thinners on a tissue, and buff it, we can get more of it to stay behind. Let's try it as an experiment. Can't really hurt anything. We want to go too many times with thinners probably on our clear coat so we don't damage it, but I mean, oops. As long as we're going sparingly. We'll just wash those nuts. Gotta wash those nuts. These ones in the light color. Help them show up a little more from a distance. Drama. Introduce a little bit of drama. Well, it might. We'll see. Tie in a little bit more. It seemed to have thinned out a little bit in there. Okay. This one seemed to have held a bit. Okay, now we can compare with the other side and see if that makes a difference. I think it might. Okay. We'll see how that does after it dries down. We'll do some little details while our wash is drying. So we'll get in here with the rubber blank and do these wipers. I just popped this free. I think it's going to be easier for me to work with the windshields and stuff if this is free again, so I just kind of popped it out. And I do believe this is going to make this easier. I think I want to go all the way around here, if I can get in there. I just want to go all the way around this perimeter. I put like like a rubber gasket in here. Now tuck down in here. Get this side. Guess I could have really went nuts and filled those mold ejection pin marks, I guess. Whatever. We didn't go that far. Maybe next time. Get around this corner here. Oh, you. Nice thing about these markers, they will clean up with isopropyl because they're acrylic. Okay, that gets it done around the inside. The outside is the frame, so that's good. And let's see, oh, from the outside, let's see these wipers. Okay, looks like just up the side there. Looks like I got them from the side, so pretty good. Oh, let's get the end here. Make sure this is nice and black. Okay. Let's see. Any black buttons in here? I don't think so. That's kind of shiny. We'll touch that up a bit. Okay. It's ready for our glass. Let's get clean. That gets cleaned. Might as well clean this up. This looks like it's dry now. So. Okay, there's our side that we've wiped clean, and we did another go over with these. So we'll try giving that a wipe. Let's try that. And we can clean our hood. Get this clean too. Let's get our spirits. Bit of a dip there. I think I'm going to go with just moistening this a bit. Do those rivets here. We'll get this cleaned up. I'll just keep removing what we want. I think I'll use a brush to get in there. Definitely soften that off. Just rub out anything extra that we don't like. Leave a little bit in there. Just a little bit in that crease. Push it towards the front. Oops. Ay caramba. Just gonna go around and clean all this little excess up. That's about it. Put some inside the center of the grill. So we'll just clean the face up. That brings some depth in there a lot, eh? That definitely brings that out. Just clean this up over here. You know, the flat surfaces. Oh, get over here. Need that to sort of get that to stand out a bit. There you go. Probably be a little bit more carbon, I would think, on the front of this thing because of the gun firing. So we should be able to get some, you know, good feel for that up here with this wash. Definitely brings up some detail. Just get some in there. Okay. I'm gonna use that extra to just sort of build a filter. Oh, yikes. Across here. Sooty type feel. If I can, I'll try. Sort of get an overall sooty, sort of dusty feel to the front. That's pretty good. Push that towards the corner, just like that. Bit. Clean up that little spot right in there a bit. A bit of streakage. That little divot right there. Okay, now we've got our cloth. Try to blend it as best as we can. All right, there we go. See, if we don't like that, we can always take it out. I'm just going to use some of this really super thin down with mineral spirits, and it's a bit of the brown and the black enamel washes from TAMIYA, and it's really just, I'm just kind of moving around. I don't want it super dark. I just want to sort of leave like sort of shadows around on stuff inside. So yeah, I'm just sort of working it on the posts and on the surfaces and just letting it sort of melt down the black that was a little bit too harsh, and then just sort of leaving that shadow sort of effect behind, just like that, where it pools. So I think that's kind of working out pretty good, giving me just a bit of that dimension that I want inside. So I don't want it super dirty, but I just want enough contrast that you can, when you look inside, you can see that there's stuff going on in there. Seeing as you're not going to really get a good eyeball on it, I think this should, you know, sort of add. See if I can bring out some definition in there. Pretty good. Okay, let's let that that sort of dry. There, okay. Just let that set. Sort of finish off with a bit of this. This might look good on some of the seat. Let's try it. Oh yeah, that sort of brings it out again, doesn't it? Darkens it a bit. We can get in there with a dry brush. Let's do that. Let's just brush a bit of this on over the seats. Kind of like where this is taking us. Yeah, I like that. Just adding a bit of depth that we didn't have before. Okay. There you go. Okay. Move it around a bit. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. It's looking pretty good, I think. All things considered. Now, I guess I could do this effect here. This is probably a good idea. Let's carry on with this. Actually, maybe we'll do a little bit here around these lights. Oh, that is working, isn't it? Just pop those on a little bit. Good here. Add a little bit of depth along the fender line. See if we can get it to lay in there. Oh yeah, just a bit. Sweet. A little bit around there. Just a little bit around this line. Get it to lay there. Huh. That's nice. I like that. I'll get that around the front too. I like that. Let that build up around there. Right around there too. Probably a good idea, eh? Let's lay this right over. Let's do it. Go for broke. Okay, well that's it. Try a little bit in here will help bring out some details ever so slightly. There we go, that helps pop that out a bit. There we go. Now, these. Might as well do it this way. Just like that. Get a hold of it. Oh, maybe not. Can I hold you? Let me hold you, darling. Okay, let's just let this pool around and do what it wants to do. Let it. We want it to run a bit and stuff if we can get it to. neutral on the side. Okay. That looks pretty good. There. Yeah. Oh. Hold it by here, maybe. Just clean down. Just going around, bring out some details. I was picking up the string here and there. Just bringing out where metal might get, you know, exposed from the paint, like on these rings, and where they fasten. And I think that's bringing out some detail nicely. Swear on these, on there. Just a little bit of edging here and there. All right. There we go. On the bottom here, just some spots where we can bring out some highlight. There we go. Control arm. It usually gets chipped up during maintenance. Brought out our bolts where we can see them. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Okay, there's our windshield sitting in place, and I just want to get them glued in, so I'm just going to use a little bit right there in the corner. Ever so gently. Get around there. Get around there. Okay, that's it. Alright, let's I guess re-glue our windshield. Right there. Now we should be able to plunk this right in rather quickly into position, so we know it's gonna sit right inside our dash, so I should be able to get this to grab. I think I'll run just another bead right up here. Right there. Okay, that's good from the outside. That wheel's set. Set right there. Door, but outside that. There we go. That fits in right there. There we go. Okay, that's setting up nicely. Okay, got that set up. Now you can stick my gas tank's on. Looks like those could go on. Let's do it. Over there. Get in your hole, yeah. Funny, eh? Fit, there we go. Fit right in there and you put glue on. It's like, where? What hole? There was a hole there? What? Okay. This guy sitting there. There we go. Straighten this guy out a little bit. There. A little space in between that and the side of the wall of the cab. Okay, there we go. Gets those guys in. Sweet. Okay, now we can clean this up. This wash should set for a little bit, but we'll get her cleaned up in the next little bit. Looks like I got to clean up. Oh, just a little bit of long hair. I should have did that before I put the glass in, but we'll be very careful. Right there. Aha, see? Retro, retro. All right. We can be careful. Okay, so we got our gas tank glued in place. Should be fine where it is. And we've got our gun ready to go. Got a little bit of wash cleanup on it, but starting to definitely come together. Okay, just gonna let what I've got glued sit for a minute. And then we'll get our last little bits glued on. Our bumper, our antenna. I suppose while that dries, let's get into these. Let's get the silver out and we'll get the resin out. We'll do the lenses for these sights before we muck anything up. Muck, muck, muck. All right, well, progress. A bit of chaos, but mostly progress. Mostly progress. A bit of chaos, but mostly progress. Hi, Ollie. I don't know about you, but by the time I get to the end of a build, I'm usually pretty surrounded by stuff. The space that I have around me gets smaller and smaller and smaller. But progress, and I really like how this kit is turning out so far. We've got our gun painted. We haven't glued it into place yet because we have to roll this around quite a bit to put some decals on it. So we have our things to glue back on for our antennas and one lens to glue into place. We got one lens to glue into place, our bumper to put on, we have our mirrors are painted, our doors are ready to go on, but I want to decal everything first and then we'll do final assembly. I might as well pluck that little bottle of jug out of here, full of whatever liquid that is. And I suppose, yeah, now I tried to get the wheels so they were interchangeable, but that didn't really work. Although our magnet thing did work, it'll stay on there. You got to kind of wiggle it around to get it flat, but generally it's, yeah, there we go. So that worked. I was able to do that. We'll get another coat of paint on the magnet. Not that you can really see it once you get the top on at all. And we have our windshield in place now, so we'll have to dust. Now I think I'm going to try something new. I am going to take, should I do this? Yeah, I'm going to. I am going to, instead of cutting masking paper, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to use liquid mask and I'm going to paint it in where it is and then let that dry and then do the dusting effect and then clean it off, like pick it off and just rub it off and I'm gonna try to get it so it's sort of a bit splotchy, so that like as if the wipers aren't perfect, that they don't clean the window absolutely perfectly. Like, let's face it, most of our wipers don't. And C, I'm gonna see, because everything would be removable. Like even the light dusting of paint, I could get it, you know, cleaned off if I really need to. But I think it'd be so light, and I think once I peel it off, I'm gonna try it this time. So we'll see how that works, right? We're just gonna go for it and see. So I've got this pulled out, obviously, with everything else. Haha. I think we have most of our pin wash done. We've got our dashboard. Oh, there is a little red switch, I do believe, over here. I'm gonna look at the photo. I think I have to dab a little bit of red in here on this switch. I think it's this one right here. This kind of switch here. I do believe, if I remember, it was red. So I'm just gonna take a look at that, and if I do, I'll give that a shot of red, I guess. But we have our screens painted. We just have a little bit of touch up, but we have our screen painted. There's just a little bit of the green, so I just need to touch up a little bit here underneath. And I think I'll just do that with a little bit of black right here, or a little bit of, actually I think I'll use a little bit of that green and just clean up that right there. But yeah, we got our little stowage bag stowed on the back, nothing too crazy. And then there's our other screen there. You can see it's kind of green, sort of reflects. So yeah, I thought, like, when you look through the windshield, like the windows and stuff, and look inside, you'll be able to see at least some detail. There's the other, I'm not sure, I guess it looks like a radio. There's our other targeting side and the bottom of our mount. So that's going to go into place. And there's our, you know, shifter and stuff. So far, it's coming out pretty good. So there's our wheels that we replaced, that I know are not, we're never on this, but this is a sort of a what if anyways. I'm going to add one outside of the box weird decal, which is this right here. I got one of these, I don't know, throw on everything kind of sort of decal. And there's this one here that I kind of like. It's got the cross swords for the cavalry. It's got the skull on it, but it has these what look like large shells. So I thought, yeah, that kind of goes good with the large shells. So I think I'm going to use these two little ones right here, and I'm going to use these right on the sides. I think I'm going to put them here, right here at the back. So I think that'll kind of just be, yeah, I don't know, something different. It's me. I can do what I want. And so can you. It's model building. Have fun. Do whatever you want. Doesn't matter. If you want to make something super correct, then do it. Go for it. If you don't, then don't. Right? Do it this way. Looks like I might have buggered up. Here, is that a bit of... Oh, it is. Okay, I can clean that off. Look at that. A bit of enamel. Must have flicked off the brush or something. Yeah, it looks like I can clean that off. No problem. I got a little bit of thinner. I could probably hit that with without damaging it. Okay, so we've got our numbers and our U.S. Marine Corps, I think we'll go with. All right? I like the Marine Corps. Go Marines! Hoo-yah! Or hoorah, or hoorah, or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a Marine, so I don't really know. But I like the Marines. They scare me, but I like them. Okay. Let me get some water in our dish. And let's do some decals. And this is a lot of really small little dinky decals. Oh, I'm so sorry. Decals. It has been brought to my attention that, yes, I am mispronouncing decal. It should be decal. And that is what these are, is a bunch of little teeny decals. And I think it's probably... you know, not the most entertaining thing to watch. So this is what I'll be doing. I'll get all these little decals on. And once I get them on, we'll come back to glue on the doors. We'll come back to put in our paint, get a coat of interior color on this. I just lighten these down. I just put this on as a base. But our visors, our interior, and our mirrors, and our bumper, and our rear antennas, and we'll stretch out some sprue to put some antennas on, and that will be it for this Humvee build. And then we're going to get into our next one right away, which is going to be a cool build too. Well, actually, let me show you, once we get the last little bits and snobs on this one, let me show you what goes with this and what I had in mind for displaying this. and then we can kind of figure out how far we want to take the whole thing, whether we want to add on to it still, because I have a big surprise coming in the mail, I think tomorrow, and if it comes tomorrow, we will definitely take a look at it. But I think it might be something that we might be able to do, like a grand project involving 3 or 4 models and maybe some of a Dio to take us right out of the year. We have like 2 months left, I guess, basically, right? We're looking at now. So yeah, I think maybe that might be kind of fun. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll weigh we'll pros and cons. We'll take a look at the kits that I'm looking at, and then we'll sort of make a decision on where we want to go. Okay, there's our slings. I'm going to get on our Marine Corps, different Marine Corps ones, and our different just numbers and stuff. And then when we come back, we'll finish out. Okay, well, as promised, we finally have a Humvee. Here's our original wheels that come with the kit. That's what they look like. And there's the wheels that we printed to put on. We're kind of stuck with them now. We had to glue them on, so I'll just set these over here. Yeah, they're stuck on there now. We're stuck with them. But there's our antennas. So we did a long whip antenna. And this is the one that came with the kit. And I just used a really small drill bit to drill inside the bottom end of this one here. And I just set it on top of that little peg. And that seemed to work out okay. And there's our mirrors. Got our mirrors on. And our interior's done. So these should be dry now. Our little visors. I guess overhead probably worked best for looking at that. And be so careful now at this stage. Now, we did our with the wipers. I kind of sprayed it, but it was a little bit heavy, so then I cleared it, and then I just sort of smudged it back and forth. And you can just sort of slightly see, and I kind of like that. That looks all right. And I think the other windows that I've sprayed that you can kind of see here, is I think I'll just give them a rub. And just sort of like they've been dusty, dirty, and then been wiped clean, and now they're just sort of wiped clean, dusty, kind of thing. Keep you straight there to dry. I just glued you on a little low though. Okay, so I guess here, hold on. Let's slide you out of the way, and in a kawinky dink. Now let's see. I guess they're gonna go like this. And I think I was going to put them just like that. Now, I think what I'm going to do is set them both in there. And then see. Okay, so they're a little bit long. Whoop, get you where you got to go. Get you where you got to go. Oh, they do fit. Huh. Okay, well, let's dab a little glue right there and dab them in, okay? Let's do it. Got some acetone here. Right there. Right there. And right here. Just sort of. They should just sort of sit there. Alright. Now we'll see. What they look like. Oh, they don't look bad. He's got his visors down. I think I'll put the one on an angle. Let's do the... keep this one up and put this one half. So it looks like it's kind of flopped. Like that. See what that looks like. Yeah, that looks better. Put it up even a little bit more. There, okay. Yeah, I like that. That's a bit of dimension. I don't know if they're accurate or not at all. They're probably nowhere near that big, but hey, they are in our universe, right? That's what we say. This is our world, bud. It's our miniature world, right? Everything exists within the confines. Everything exists within the confines of our miniature world. Now, here's our lenses. I thought they looked really cool. Look at that. You can see that right down in there. So that's okay. So, yeah, I guess that's it. I was kind of, you know, anxious to show you and get this video out. I have the decals. I want them just to sit overnight, and then I'll get a final clear coat on top of everything. And I think I might buff out, let's see, doop, buff out these windows a bit, just to clean them up a bit so you can see. But there is our completed Humvee Bushmaster, our bush Hummer. And yeah, our top is removable, which I kind of like. Yoink! We can pop it right off, and there you can kind of see our interior from the side. And we have our screens going on. Kind of see from there. Oh, little fruit fly. We have some terrible time with fruit flies this year. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know if that's a Billy Gates thing or what. Breeding the fruit flies, buddy. And there we go. There's a look over top at our interior. Now, things I would have done, and I will do next time when I build one of these kits, is in the doors here. In the doors, I don't know if you can see, there's pin marks. You can see them there. I even painted them to highlight them just to be that guy. I will remove those next time. There's pin marks, and I think there's a little kind of a mold line along the sides of these pillars here that in real close-up pictures you can see. But I think next time I'll pay more attention to those little teeny details. But that's kind of like what I was saying before. As you continue to build, you become more like, you see the things that you missed, and you're like, oh darn, look at that. And I suppose at some point in time you get there to where you've sanded everything and scraped everything, and it's, you know, perfect. I don't know if that day ever comes, but I suppose we'll all shoot for it. So there's our Bushmaster in place. And get our top back on, and we've got our rear wheel glued on, and I think she's looking pretty badass. So that's our take on the TAMIYA Bushmaster Hummer in 1/35 scale. Really cool kit. If you can find it for a good deal, grab it. The prices on this kit, in some places, are just absolutely outrageous. This has got to go up. Get up there, you. There we go. Get you standing back up straight. Okay, another dab of glue on. Oh, there we go. There he's standing. Here, let's get a little dab on there. A little dab. A dab of acetone. Just enough to... Oh, well, look at that there, he says. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this together. Let's finish this right off. I get my goggles on. And I'm going to hold you right where you need to be. Right where you were. Or we'll use extra thin. We'll use it to get that super melt factor that we want. Get a little dab on here. We'll just hold that in place until she does what we want. There. Hold her right in place. And it's the last pretty well final touch. Other than a clear coat. We will definitely give her a clear coat over top just to seal in the decals and seal everything in, but I'm not going to add any more dust or dirt or anything. We do have a couple, oh, you little bug. We do have a couple figures to add. And I think I'm going to pair it with that quad runner that I was going to put with the Centauro, because I still have it right out. I have it out. I have it right here, and it's something that's been kind of chewing at me. It's one of those resin kits that I ordered that came with no instructions whatsoever. I have a picture. This one I think has 2 pictures on the website, which I can show you, that show it completed, so you get an idea where everything goes. But this thing has gobs of storage. It's got a lot of parts, and we're just gonna have to sort of, I guess, just sort of sift our way through it as we go, and you know, piece it together as best we can. No, 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 no. You just sit right there. Yep, right there. No, you're not on there straight, are you? There we go, that's better. It's always that last little piece. It's gonna be a little bugaboo. Maybe have to wait and use contact cement on this. I don't think so though. This stuff usually holds pretty good once you give it a chance to set. And once it gets a good hold, once it sets up to that point, then it gets a hold and it's usually okay. We'll just keep this from tilting over that little bit that it kind of wants to. There we go. There's something about me and these big whip antennas on stuff. I kind of like adding them. I don't know why, but I do. I think it kind of adds that little bit of detail. Okay. And then last time, just took my little marker out here and ran that black up onto it, which made it sort of disappear where it was joined a bit. See? Getting rammy. Let's do this side here. There. Oh, you could just sit there. Just did that for you, so everybody can see what it looks like. Oh! Get this side over here. Ever so gently. Ever so slightly, gently. Okay, there we go. Alright, give it a little touch right here. There we go, even that out a bit. There, looks like the wrap going up the whip antenna. And go straight. Can you see? Look at it. Would you look at it? Look at that. Isn't that just Marvy? Well, there you go. That's a model completed, which is always awesome. It's nice when you start something and finish it all the way. I think I got every single part on this one. I think we did. I think we put every single little part that came with this kit is on it. And there it is. That's the Tamiya 1/35th scale Bushmaster Humvee. Oh, push you down here a little bit. Make sure you're in place. There we go. Yeah, really loved it. You can let me know, like, kind of what you think. Should I hazard? Here, I'll pop our wheel. There's our magnetic wheel that we did, so that kind of turned out good. on the back. And should I try right now? Oh, here, you know what we'll do? We'll pop this off first. We'll go to the overhead. And we'll take a look at underneath. So you can see the underneath. And there is the underneath. And we did do a whole bunch. Just a little bit of, you know, brought out a little bit of silver on the nuts and bolts here, kind of sort of in there and here and there. And just a weather and a bit of washes, a couple different washes, and you know, that's about it. But oh, it did in the exhaust, like a brown. And that, but I think, you know, you're going to be never really looking at it, so I think it looks good enough. But it's a nicely detailed kit for sure. Nicely made. Fairly easy to put together, that's for sure. Now, I don't want to glue the top on. I like the idea of being able to remove it if I want. I don't know why, but I just do. Who knows? Maybe we'll glue it down the road. We'll put our Bushmaster back in place. Fits in there rather nicely. Give it a little push down with our Q-tip, or I mean our toothpick. There we go, with our cocktail stick. And that's it. Bam! There we have it. Put our rear tire back on. Right here. There's a spot where I could put it where it holds it pretty straight. There we go. That's about in the center. We've got our rear tire on and we got our gun ready to go. Boom, boom, boom. And our wheels in place and everything. And that's our Bushmaster Humvee. Now going with it is going to be the quad runner. The quad runner and our figures. And that's what they look like right there. Crazy. Yeah, that's what we're in for. So we're going to be clipping and gluing the quad runner and the two figures. We have two standing figures that I think will go really nice with this standing just outside of it. So we got these really nice resin figures here that should go really nice with this. So we're going to paint those up with this quad runner in our next episode. This is what I'm going to be working on tonight. And we'll get, but you can see there's all kinds of really nice stowage that comes with this. There's tons and tons. Extra helmet, all kinds of crap. Running with the cage that goes on the front, I guess. And yeah, we got all kinds. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to just sort of sift my way through this build to see what how far we can get with it. Hopefully I can get the whole thing together. I really hope I can. I'm gonna sure give it a try. So that's us. That's the end of this build series. I just thought I'd kind of get it out there, show it to you. I'll get a coat of clear on it, and I'll do a turntable shots. I'll do a little short, I guess, maybe, so you can check that out too if you want. But next time we'll be doing the quad rudder and the dudes, which we'll be putting with this. And tomorrow I have, well, I guess today now because it's early in the morning. So today, sometime during the day, I'm supposed to be receiving another kit that I ordered, and it is the Academy 135 scale AH. What is it? It's the Viper, anyways, the helicopter. And I'm really wanting to pair that with something. I think maybe that and the 1151, the Academy 1151, or maybe with this one and the quad runner and the chopper kind of all sitting together, maybe. So I don't know. That's something that we're gonna work on next episode. So that gives us something to chew on. But that's it for me for now. The Jays didn't win the World Series, but I completed my model, and I hope whatever you're working on is coming to either a really good beginning or a really excellent conclusion. And until next time, live, love, laugh, have a good time, and I'll see you then. Cheers. Bye.